So this story happened back in the 80s. I'd say somewhere around the 80s, maybe 90s, early 90s, when cocaine was rampant. It was everywhere. People were doing it. And I had a buddy, his name is Mikey. Anyway, he lives down in the desert, and he really got into it for a while, which really wasn't like him, but he had some guy, that was bringing it in straight. She was buying it straight from the cartel. Anyway, and so anyway, I think he was kind of into it for a while. Anyway, I flew down there, and he wanted me to try and do some of this coke, and I wasn't that into it. I'd done it, I think about 300 or 400 times. Anyway, I'd done it a few times. Anyway, I get down there, and he's making the call, and the guy says he's out. He's got nothing. And, Mike's getting frustrated, but whatever, I don't care. Anyway, we had a fun week. Nothing ever came of that. And, I don't know, about 3 hours before my flight takes off, and the phone rings, and the guy's like, hey, mijo, hey, listen, but, the goods are in. And Mike's like, well, get over here, dude. Get over here right now. So the guy, about 15 minutes later, the guy shows up, and Mike proceeds to lay out a line that looked like something you'd see between third base and home plate at Dodger Stadium. I mean, this was a big one. And, I'm on vacation. It's my last day, and, who am I to, I don't want to be inhospitable. So I sniffed the whole thing. And I'm just like, whoa, it's the good stuff. Anyway, I don't know. Well, if you've ever done coke, it's kind of weird because you're either talking nonstop or you can't say a word and your mouth just goes. Your mouth moving, you can't talk. Anyway, that's what happened to me. I did this huge line. I couldn't speak. We're driving to the airport. And neither of us are saying anything. Nobody's talking. And I'm just kind of, my heart's starting to beat kind of fast and a little anxiety. And all of a sudden, Mikey, about 5 minutes before he drops me off, he goes, hey, I had a dream last night. And I go, what was that about? And he's like, well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to. And I go, no, tell me everything. And he goes, I'd rather not say it. But just tell me. He goes, well, your plane went down. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, your plane went down, crashed and burned, guy. And I'm just fucking freaking out. I'm like, my plane went down? What the fuck are you talking about? My heart rate's going about 250. I'm freaking out, sweating. He goes, yeah, well, don't worry. There was one survivor. It was you. And I'm like, well, thank God for that. I mean, my God, thank God. But you were burned over 99% of your body. I'm like, that's not good. So I'm shitting myself. My heart rate's up through the... And he lets me out. Hey, have a good trip. I'm just like, walking through the airport, freaking out. Finally get on the plane, and the turbulence is the worst I've ever felt in my life. It was horrible. My face is up against the window, just like, you're buried up against the window like this. And I was freaking out. Flight attendant sees me. She comes up and she goes, hey, sir, is there anything I can get you? And I go, just land the plane, ma'am. Please, dear God, land the plane. And she goes, we haven't taken off yet. Yeah, that was a long flight.